Good afternoon. This is Falicia. I'm back with another YouTube video. I want to first start off this video by thanking each and every one of you that went out there, watched my last video. I appreciate all of the comments. I appreciate all of the likes and the shares. And I just really want you to know it was liberating and it was freeing, and I loved it, and I loved all of the positive response. I even had one negative comment or response, and I appreciate that too, because that just validated for me that no, everybody is not going to be a cheerleader for you and what it is that you're trying to do in your life. And hey, I'm all right with that. I am in total acceptance in my life right now with everything that I do, everything that I want to do. Which brings me to the subject today. The subject today is about why it took me 3 years to start doing this. It took me 3 years to start doing this because I was not ready to be transparent. I was not ready to be 100% authentic in front of you. Yes, I'm all of those things when we're sitting at my kitchen table, or when we're sitting on my porch, or when we're in an event together and I'm whispering to you. Oh yeah, you know how I feel, you know what I think, you know what I'm about to make fun of. You know all of that when we're up close and personal. But the world don't know that. And I was hesitant to be my true authentic self on a platform where the possibility that any and everybody could see it. And I said in 2019, I am not going to live in that fear anymore. There are some things, the older people call them nuggets, that we need to drop into this universe. We need to help somebody. There are people out there with great ideas, but they're afraid. They're afraid to move forward for the fear of what somebody else is going to say or think. And if there's anything that we can do on this platform to get somebody to grow beyond that fear, I'm here for that. I'm here for that. We might have to wait next week to laugh on the third video. We'll be laughing next week. But I can almost assure you that this video is not going to make everybody happy. Which brings me to my first point. Over the last couple of years, I have been doing not much of anything except watching the vloggers on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. Some of them were funny. Some of them were Black history oriented, giving information on our Afrocentricity. Is that a word? That ain't no damn word. Anyway, Black power. You know, I enjoy getting those historic nuggets dropped into my spirit, because I'll be the first one to tell you, I don't know it. I don't know it to the depth of some of these people that vlog. You know, Dr. Umar, you know, and things like that. Another person I watched a lot, TashaK. Shout out to TashaK. That girl is bad. And anybody out there that has subscribed to her channel can attest, they know TashaK is bad. And even though she's like in her 30s, she's smart. She's a businesswoman. She's comical. And her delivery is epic. Epic. Her mouth is dirty. but I think it's funny. And I enjoy all of her commentary. So shout out to TashaK. She might be the reason I said, just go on and do that shit. Just get out there and do it. Do it the way you would if you were sitting at your kitchen table. And so here I am. Another person I watch, and I watch him all the time. Apostle Gino Jennings. That's Gino Jennings. The uncut gospel. Okay? The uncut. He's talking about things I haven't heard in all my whole life going to church. You can turn that video off and you are feeling totally convicted. It ain't watered down none. And he ain't giving you no break. In the whole 55 minutes he taping, he telling you what's up. If you don't stop doing this, this is what's going to happen. If you don't stop doing this, this is what's going to happen. The whole 55 minutes, he just on your head, referring to scripture. And I appreciate that. That authenticity. That realness. It ain't for you. It ain't for me to judge. This is what it is. Like it or love it. And so of all of those vloggers that I watched on a regular basis, no matter what their subjects were, or whether they were comedy or gospel or history, whatever they were, the one thing that I noticed about all of them, especially the ones that are really, really doing well in these YouTube streets, the ones that are doing really, really well, is because they are being true to themselves. Whether you like what they're saying or whether you dislike what they're saying, they don't care. This is what it is. If you don't like it, turn it off. That's their that's their perspective, because they're there to do something. This is their platform. And I noticed that. And I know 3 years ago, I wasn't ready to do that. Because I was still tripping off what people that were close to me were gonna think. What they gonna say. Oh my God, I can't believe she said that. She said that. And if you'd have been at the kitchen table, you would have heard me say that. So the people that have been at the kitchen table, they know this is it. All of this seems. All of that. That's who I am. That's who I am. What I recognize too, the older I get, as I've said before, I'm 53 years old. I'm living in this house by myself. My 2 children are grown and gone. So it's just me. That gives a person a lot of time to reflect. And the fact of the matter is, the older I get, the more difficult it becomes to hold in my me. The more of a challenge it is to mask or cover my me. Now, if you know me, that's saying a lot, because I let 80% of my me out all the time. I don't care who you are. I don't care who I'm around. But there were still some situations, mostly family. It would be mostly family, that you don't feel comfortable enough being your total you, because you're going to be judged. And simply because they just don't understand. And maybe they haven't taken any time to understand. And I don't want to live like that anymore. I don't want to live like that. I want to be like them. Either you like it or you don't. Maybe I'm going to take a page from out of the judgers. I'm going to take a page from their book. And I don't care neither no more. This is me. This is who I am. I'm not here to tell you. I'm not here to judge you. And I don't want to be judged either. I'm sure people will. But then I don't care no more. I don't care. I love you all the same. Not only that, it's unhealthy to hold in your you. How often are you going to be someplace around people in a setting that makes you feel like you've just walked into eggshell land? You walking on eggshells around them. You can't say what you really would say. You can't express your feelings the way you ordinarily would, because you know this person is going to judge you. And so you walk on eggshells. Forget walking on eggshells. You're dreading even preparing to go in these settings. Just moping all the way to the tub. I really don't want to go here. Every time I see this person, they got something to say about something. Damn. I don't want that no more. Oh, I'm still going to those settings, but I'm no longer walking on eggshells around you. I'm not doing that. Don't look like you doing it. You're perfectly comfortable sauntering up to me to tell me what the Lord told you to tell me. I don't know what that means, because we talk. And all my explanations and all of my anything, excuses, whatever we're calling them, they only go to him. They don't go to you. I don't have to explain that to you. Unless, of course, now you got the key to heaven. But if you don't, I don't want to hear what he told you to tell me. Because he didn't tell me he's sending somebody to tell me something. And so I don't want to hear it. Just let me be like I am. And if me being like I am helps you to feel secure in your journey to heaven, then hey, good job. You going. But that doesn't mean that you and your theories and your way of thinking is right for me. You let me do me. Somebody that's really close to me told me one time, the Lord told them to tell me something, and, they wanted to, let me know what the Lord had said, and that I need to come back. Come back where? What the hell does that even mean? Come back to where? The place that you talking about come back to, you don't know how I was feeling in that. Maybe I was feeling incomplete. Maybe I was feeling like I don't understand. Maybe I wasn't gaining no understanding from that set. And instead of maybe saying, you know what, maybe you don't understand, I'm here to help give you some understanding. Don't tell me what was passed down to you. Don't tell me what was passed down to you from other people who it was passed down to them from. I don't want to hear that. My relationship with God is our relationship. And he ain't telling me all is good with me. He telling me you got some stuff to work on. You know you do. And he right. But he didn't tell you to come and tell me. And I know that. I know that. Because sometimes I want to tell you something too. God is not telling me to come tell you that. That ain't my place. That ain't my ministry. If I'm listening to somebody, he said it shouldn't even be no women ministers. Want me to listen to him? We're not listening to him, are we? I'm going to tell y'all, you got to watch these people. Just ready to tell you about you. Okay. Another thing that I realize is I am the gatekeeper of my peace. I say it all the time. Safeguard your peace, folks. That means watch it. You the guard. You're at the gate. You in uniform. Ignoring everybody that walk by and try to get your attention. That's you. If somebody gets beyond the gate and starts disrupting your life, you can't blame them. You can't, nope. You can't say such and such came back here and started disrupting my life. Such and such didn't break down the gate. You let them in. And I'm focused when I'm at my gate. And there are no exceptions. Don't nobody get to come back behind the gate and start disrupting my life because they are whatever title. You can come back here and disrupt my life. No, you can't. And I'm not going to make no excuses for nobody. Can't nobody disrupt my life. But can't nobody come back here and destroy my peace. But ain't no buts. Ain't no buts. Nobody is an exception. If you're not coming with total peace, you're not getting behind the gate. It ain't gonna happen. And if I had any advice for anybody else, it would be that you safeguard your peace. You stand at the gate. You be diligent about that thing. Don't let nobody disrupt your world because they don't agree with you or because you all have different perceptions and different experiences. Hey, let me tell you something. All of us, our life journeys are dictated by our experience. Everything that you do when you are making a decision to do it, it's based on experience. And how your experience shows you direction. It dictates direction. And it doesn't matter if several people have the same experience, they're still going to have a different outcome emotionally, mentally. Haven't you ever wondered how 3, 4, 5, 10 siblings can grow up in the same damn house? All eat breakfast at the same damn table. under the same damn parents and still could verbally tell you a different experience. That's because we're all different. And we all download our information differently. And then when we refer to those experiences, when it's time to use and make decisions, it's different. So how in the hell can you expect us now, as adults, to verbalize our experiences all the same? That's impossible, damn it. You can't do that. It's unhealthy. It's unhealthy to hold in your you. Starting to get passionate. Thank God I ain't had nothing to drink. This is water this time. That was for the judges. Anyway, sometimes when you are trying to come out of these emotionally unhealthy situations, where you're trying to gain control of your you have to be selfish. You have to step back from situations. Sometimes you're standing in the middle of trees. But when you step back, you see that shit is a forest. But you can't see it because you're so up close to it. You don't understand for the life of you why you don't know which direction to walk. That's because you're too close to it. You need to step back. You need to step back and see that thing for what it is. Oh, there's a skyline. There's a trees. Oh my God, squirrels and birds. But when you're right up on it, all you see is tree trunks. Step back. Take a selfish approach. You can't help anybody else until you help you. They tell you that on Delta and American Airlines. You can't help nobody until you help you. So sometimes you have to be selfish. And when you get you together, then you can go out and help somebody else. This one is not a laughing video. Because I understand now, if I'm going to do this whole vlogging thing, I need to let everybody know out there in YouTube land, I don't really care what anybody thinks about my perspective. It works for me. It might help you. But if you don't want to use it, and if this ain't your thing, bye. I get it. I don't listen to everybody's videos neither. But what I'm not going to do is be afraid to voice my opinion, speak on my perspective, and live my life unapologetically. I'm not apologizing to you for who I am. I'm not doing that. I ain't doing that. I'm not going to do that. Woo! Because what it is, it's about you. When you're trying to get yourself emotionally happy or healthy, physically healthy, it's about you. And while you're around here trying to jump through fire hoops to please somebody else or suppress your voice for fear of somebody's judgment, you're making yourself unhealthy. And I know people that do that. They live a lifetime doing that. I ain't doing that. I ain't doing that. I'm going to have to ask y'all to forgive my grammar today. Because I saying I ain't. That's because I mean that. I ain't doing that for anyone. Ain't no exceptions. Nobody get a pass. I ain't doing it. The goal for me is to just learn how to be truly authentic. Be truly transparent in front of you. If I'm going to talk to you, I'm going to have to be transparent. Because that's another thing I learned while watching other vloggers. If they're not being transparent, if they're not being authentically themselves, oh, you're going to pick up on that. You're going to see straight through it. Now, some subjects may be a little bit more touchy. Yeah, you might see somebody kind of pick their words carefully so as not to just offend, because I'm not here to offend anybody. I'm just here to live my true, authentic self before the world. Because, yeah, it's a couple hundred people that's been sat at my kitchen table can tell you, oh, this is who she is. But I want the world to see it. I want the world to see it. This is nothing that I skipped over my own 2 kids to come to you and say. This is what I told them. I told them the same thing. If I die tonight, live your truth. Live yourself. To thine own self be true. Because all these people that you tiptoeing around, and for what? Who the hell are they? They're certainly not God. They ain't got no heaven or hell for you. And they've done shit too. A lot of stuff. A lot of stuff that they probably don't want anybody to know. And if they do know about it, I mean, the fact of the matter is they were human when they did theirs. And so are you. You're human now. You're human while you're doing your stuff now. You don't owe them an explanation for who you are and for what you do and for why you do. You don't owe nobody no explanation for that shit. I'm sorry. You don't. When people are judgmental like that and they create that whole eggshell land setting where you just tiptoeing around, you don't know what to say, that might tip them off and get them pissed off at you. And so you either hold your breath while you're in it, take it slow, and hurry up and get the hell out of there. Or you don't go around them at all. And life is too short for that. Excuse me. Life is too short for that. Some of these relationships have to be. They have to be. Because life is short. But what you find yourself doing is the bare damn minimum. I don't want to be around that today because it was a stressful day at work or whatever. Or I'm not in a mood. I'm in a great mood and I don't feel like it being tampered with today for whatever reason. You either go and bite your tongue or you don't go at all. Oh, I'm the only one? Damn, y'all take account real fast. Make sure I am not the only one to feel this way. And whatever you going through, you're not the only one. You're not the only one. You ain't the only one that ever had to get a divorce. You're not the only one that ever had to raise them kids by yourself. You're not the only one that had to get up and go to that job every day and you hated it. You are not the only one that sat in a church year after year after year after year and then grow up and through your own experiences find, I don't agree with everything that they're saying. And then you ain't the only one that felt guilt behind not agreeing with everything that they're saying. You ain't the only one. And I'm not either. I mean, imagine that. But just like me, year after year after year, and just afraid to fly away. There might be somebody else out there like that. You better start living your truth. You're not helping. You're not helping yourself and anyone around you. You're not living your truth. And why am I hiding me from you? Why? Why am I doing that? Like I said, our experiences dictate how we move in the world. And we can all have similar things that happen in our lives and still have a different interpretation of that experience. And my thing is that we just respect that we're all different. We've had different experiences, and we have a different interpretation of those experiences. Without judgment. Quit judging people. Who are you anyway? That you think that your perception of things or your perspective is gospel. Literally and figuratively. That doesn't make you right. And you certainly aren't the only one with a perspective. And if this Falicia, now that you see her in all of her glory, let me cross. Now that you see me, not tripping off what you think. If you need to push yourself back from me, I get it. You know what I'm saying? I probably won't notice because I'm busy out here living my best life. But if you feel like you need to do that, hey, I get it. I still love you. I ain't got no problems. I ain't got no problems. If you want to talk about it, I'm here for that. We have to learn how to respect each other's differences. Not try to push your theory or your feelings off on someone else in an effort for them to adopt it as their own. I'm not adopting nothing. Okay? Now that Lola done ran away, I'm not even adopting no more damn dogs. Okay? That's not happening. Let people live their lives. People shouldn't have to put on no mask. You know, like that commercial where that lady put that smiley face up and she behind it, she just depressed. We shouldn't have to put that mask up. When I go around them, I got to make them think all is good. Or I'm all good. or that I'm perfect, or that I'm saved, sanctified, and filled with the Holy Ghost, do speak in tongues when God gives utterance. I mean, I don't have to do that. I don't have to do that. Hell, it's stuff that Gino Jennings say. I'm like, oh my God, Gino, I can't wear no earrings. Man, Gino, I ain't getting to heaven if I got the earrings. Man, I'm screwed. I mean, that was a joke. Can't y'all take a damn joke? Damn, I'm so sensitive. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is quit judging people. We're all here. We've all never seen him before in all of his glory. We all just hope. That's what faith is, remember? We all just hope that we're going to go with him, that we're going to be with him in the end. You read the same book I read. I didn't write it, you didn't write it. And technically, we don't know who wrote it. But hey, my granddaddy used to say, if the Bible is true. Well, if it's true, I believe it. What you want from me. But am I perfect? Hell no. And I'm going to tell you something else if you ain't ready to say it. Are you perfect? Hell no. You not. And all the little stuff you thinking about me right now is evidence of that. Evidence of that. Look, y'all, it's time. It's time to let people live their lives without judgment. We have enough stuff going on in our communities, in our own homes, in our households, on our jobs, and all the little extracurricular activities we got going on. We got too much going on to be trying to control the way somebody else is thinking, the way somebody else is feeling, and then judging them on that. Experiences, remember? The more we have them, the more they dictate our lives, our moves, our journey. I don't feel all the stuff that I used to feel when I was 20. I've learned. I've learned some new things. On my job, I work smarter, not harder. Because experience has taught me there's an easier way to do this. That's not the only area you can grow and learn something new. We need to be mindful of that. And we need to be respectful of each other and each other's differences. We're different. Damn. It's too bad that we have to feel this way. It's too bad. You know, that you let your differences keep you from stuff. I never did. I'm going around people regardless. But this is a different platform right here. This YouTube channel, this is a different thing. It's another level. So not just the judgmental people I personally know are going to be watching it. The world, potentially. And I tell you what, if I can't get past the people that I know are watching, that I know myself, and fearing their judgment, I ain't got nothing coming. I need to just shut it down today after videos number 2. 2 videos, she gone. I ain't going nowhere. I ain't going nowhere. I'll be on here putting out a video every week, tossing this pony or whatever until dot. You know what I'm saying? Let's ease up on each other, y'all. Everybody ain't you. Show love without judgment. I don't think you can do both in the same breath. One will strike out the other. So, that's my thoughts this week. I wanted to address why it took me so long to start. And that's fixed now. Because I'm transparent. Not to just the folks sitting at the kitchen table, but all y'all ass. Now tell me I wouldn't say that at the kitchen table. You know what? Hey, it is what it is. I'd rather you know from me. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather you know from me. This is who I am. Okay? Next week, we'll talk about something more upbeat. But I just had to get this off my chest today. I love each and every one of you for looking at my videos. Remember, just like the last one, I need you to like, share, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Until next time, y'all, always remember and never forget, you got a reputation to uphold. Hell, you grown now. Bye, y'all.